a soccer fan or not. And during the break, I was texting with a buddy of mine who was nice enough on like 2 minutes' notice to pop in. We talked to Kevin Nagel. We're going to talk to team president and GM Todd Donovan next week, September 7th, Sac Republic, Orlando in Florida. And I'm looking forward at some point. I'm going to get a picture in the front row, right in the front row of some roller coaster. And it's going to be one of those pictures you get at Disney World. It's going to be me and Rodrigo Lopez with our arms in the air and big smiles on our faces. After, of course, they take care of business. And he joins us right now. Roro, it's Dave. Good morning.
Dave, good morning. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Oh, you always got a home here, brother. How are you? And I talked to you after the game. How were you the following morning? Did you have a headache?
Oh, my God. I'm hurting, man. I'm still hurting now. I don't think I've ever cramped so much in my life before. So.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Do you have any idea if you had to guess? And I know that there's actual readouts and stuff like this, and I don't know if you got one, but how many miles do you think you ran during that game?
Jesus, I am not sure. I have to check the numbers. I know Luke has them in his database, but I want to say maybe about 7 or 8.
And I don't you have to be in such insane shape, because the thing with soccer too is so much of it is just, it's that closing speed. You cannot run, not move, just kind of walk around, do your thing, but then it's close, sprint. And I know you're in wonderful shape, you all are, but when you get to that second overtime, for example, does fatigue begin to set in at all? Do you even think about it?
You do, obviously you see a lot of players go down, and obviously that's just a sign of tired legs and fatigue. I cramped up maybe once or twice during the game, not as bad, but I just wanted to keep going. I wanted to finish the game. I wanted to win the game. And, those are the games that you just do everything you can to stay on the field, and produce for your team. I think we could have done a better job maybe keeping the ball a little bit and making them run a little bit more, especially when they were tired. But at the end of the day, we got the job done, and that's all that matters.
Rodrigo Lopez joining us. It's funny. I thought about bringing you on because we were talking on Twitter. We put up the biggest Sacramento sports wins ever, and obviously put the win against Sporting KC in there. You mentioned the championship, the USL Championship from the first year, and I hear you 100%. It's funny because I hear different things that this is bigger than that, and then some people say, well, that was a championship. I hate asking athletes to compare, but did you have some of that same feeling in front of that home crowd the other night that you did that first year when we won it all?
Oh, definitely. I think Wednesday night was definitely up there. Obviously, I think I said it in a previous interview, but when we won it, there was only 8,000 people. It seemed like it was more, but on Wednesday night there was 12,000.
Yep.
And it seemed like it was 40,000 in there. So I've played in front of 60, 70,000 people, and that was just as loud. So for me, it was obviously, winning a championship is the best feeling in the world, and lifting the cup is the best feeling ever. But this definitely was up there. I'm not going to take any credit away from the guys or anything, but this was definitely up there. And we still haven't finished the job.
Right.
I know we're 90% there. We have one more game, and hopefully we could lift the cup and bring Champions League football to Sacramento.
Rodrigo Lopez with us. It's interesting because you were there for the championship. You were there the other night. And my question to you is about the fans and about the crowd. Now, there's no doubt, obviously, Sacramento's a soccer town. There's no doubt the fans are insane. You hear the battalion and everybody when you guys are playing. But being a guy that has played in many parts of the world, and in most places outside of here, countries that take soccer more seriously than any other sport, Have you noticed an increase in the soccer IQ of our fans from year one to now? Have you seen that growth in the fan base as well, where you can hear as a player, they know exactly when to cheer, when not to cheer, and what's going on more in the game?
Yeah. I think, obviously the game, not just here, but it has evolved tremendously in this country. You see it with MLS. Obviously in USL, this league has grown so much. So much more talent coming along now. A lot more players from the different parts of the world want to come play in USL and MLS. So it only makes the league more competitive. Now here, I mean, the fan base has always been great, and I think their soccer IQs are obviously triggering and getting better and better as time goes by. And people, more and more people are getting into the sport. So it's always obviously it's bound to happen. People are going to learn more from the game, and you see it now where you go on Sunday mornings and you go have breakfast or something, and instead of other sports, they have soccer on TV now. And you didn't see that back then. So, or at least I didn't see it growing up. So, obviously, this game has come a long way.
Now, when I see guys like you, Todd, Kevin, it's like every interview you do, it's MLS, MLS, MLS. And I hate that because first off, the USL is a great league. Secondly, you got a lot of you got a bigger job ahead of you. But I want to twist it around on you. You hear the narrative that we need MLS. We want to go MLS. We want to get to that level. And I hear that. But on nights like the other night, Roro, do you, like me, think in some ways MLS needs Sacramento more than Sacramento needs MLS, and they're the ones in a way that are missing out on this crowd, on this passion, and on this ball club?
That's what I was about to tell you. I don't think, I think it's more of MLS needing Sacramento. You said it well. For me, it's obviously money buys an MLS franchise, and obviously it has to be a good market. But Sacramento Republic has shown that they deserve an MLS team, or that at least they have a fan base enough to have an MLS team, and you've seen it from day one here in Sacramento. And you obviously saw it again Wednesday night. If you're there and you're an MLS team or someone from the MLS, you want to say like, oh man, this city's passionate.
Mm-hmm.
This city, not only is it growing, but we have very passionate sports fans with the Kings and MLS. So obviously, I feel like it's taken too long, but that's not my job. That's for other people to deal with. And I know in the future we'll definitely have an MLS team. And now, especially beating three MLS teams, I think the team's ready.
Yep. As we wrap up with Rodrigo Lopez, one last game question for you. Again, we mentioned that first year when you won the title, and we mentioned it was perfect. You clinching that thing the other night. How have you had to adjust your game over the years? I mean, you're not 40 or anything, but you're also not 18. Have you had to adjust your style of play since we first remembered you in that first year for the Republic?
You know what, Dave? That's a good question. I'm actually playing probably the same position that I was playing back in 2014. Mm-hmm. Where I'm a little more on the left and attacking more. I have the freedom to attack and roam around. You know what? But I didn't think that at this age right now, I'm 35, and physically I feel the best I felt in a lot of years, in a long time. I definitely like to take care of myself and take care of my body. I know I'm not getting any younger, so when I went to Mexico, it was kind of tough towards the end of my career there because I was being transitioned, to a more defensive role. Because in Mexico, you get a lot of good dynamic players and players from South America who are good attackers. So, I was playing a little more defensive, a little bit less running. And now I come back to Sacramento, and I did it last year as well with RGV. But, I was playing again more offensive and And to be quite honest, I didn't think I was going to be contributing to so much this year, you know, and I know I'm more of a team player and I want the team to win. That's more important for me. But at the same time, if I could produce something and help the team win, and obviously I'm trying to do that as well.
Well, it's a little over a month away, and I know as we spoke after the game, hopefully your pockets are flush with that Nagel bonus money. But I want to reiterate, at some point we're going to Disney World, and we're riding a ride, and we're going to have a little fun after business gets taken care of in Orlando.
Of course, I can't wait. And yes, our owners, we have a great owner. We truly appreciate Kevin and all he does for us and for the city and for the team. So yeah. Let's take care of business September 7th, and then we could maybe have a day at Disneyland on the 8th.
That's what I'm saying. You've always been great. I'm a native here, and you're one of ours. Definitely been adopted. You've always been so wonderful over the years, and I know it sounds hokey, but I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of that whole squad, but I'm so proud of you coming back here. You said this is your home numerous amounts of times, and that winning is great, but seeing you win and seeing the enjoyment you and your family have had really, really makes us all feel good. So thank you, my brother. Thank you for spending time with us today.
Thank you very much. And yeah, man, you said it best. I think I've grown to love this city a lot more than I expected to when I first came, you know. So and that's all due to the fan base and the people here around Sacramento. And I also look forward to being courtside with you this season.
But not listen. I cut that part out of the video. Can it be a different team? Any other team? Does it have to be them?
No.
You want my eyes to burn out, dude?
I want to switch teams, man. I want to switch teams. I'm doing everything possible to become a King fan.
Okay. Well, we'll get courtside. We'll figure out a good game, just not the purple and gold, dude. Can't do it. We'll get you in some purple here and get that King's hat on you, my man.
Sounds good. All right,
man,
bro. Appreciate you.
All right, bro. Take care. Bye-bye. That's Rodrigo Lopez.